18th of March. Wait, that's today's date. 2019. Ah, I've been on Sharesies one whole year. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at. This is What's Investing, and I've been on Sharesies for 1 year, since last year, obviously. And throughout my journey, I started off investing low amounts, getting used to the platform, and then piling in around September, October last year. And just recently, we hit a peak of returns near the end of February, about halfway through. We hit $75, which was about 5% returns. And that's where we hit just before the coronavirus got publicized, which is quite annoying, but that's where our peak was. And over the month, we have been dollar cost averaging in, which is why some of it will be going up, like here, even though the returns are going lower. And that's kind of where we're at currently over the whole year. We've seen lumps and bumps, different returns, and some losses kind of in between some areas. And this is our portfolio after a year. And that is valued at about $1,600, about $1,900 put in. We're seeing losses because of the coronavirus pandemic, but that's all right. So this is Sharesies after a year, and this is kind of my re-review. So Sharesies is a great platform for beginners, experienced people, or even just family members of other people investing. It is super easy to use and super cheap. So the fees are free for $50 and under portfolio value. The fees are $1.50 a month or $18 a year. First month is free though for any value under $3,000, and for $3,000 and above, the yearly fee is $30 or I think $3 a month, which is like $36 a year. So it's better to go for the $30 for the year, and that's the fees. There are investment fees into funds and companies. They're all kind of different though. So with this one, you can kind of look around and you'll see this fund charges management fees of 0.51% per year included in the share price. And you can essentially find a fund or a share you want to buy, click on it, look at its history, find out its dividends, its risk and returns, its dividend kind of payback times and yield. Look at the previous ones and simply invest. Choose a value. You can do a market buy or a limit buy and add it to cart and buy it. And it's super simple, super nice format, clean cut, nicely designed. And I've been in here for a year, mucking around with different companies. I've found the ones I like, which are my bigger holdings generally. And at the moment, I've got most of my money into funds, more diversified companies, and hopefully I will see the growth that I've been looking for in the coming years. So I'm a dividend growth investor. I invest for the long term, 40, 50 years, so I can retire either early or with a steady flow of cash. Also, I got an email about Abano Healthcare, I don't actually know how to say it, getting taken over or purchased by Bidco. So since I own shares before the 16th of March at 5 p.m, I get to vote on whether this goes through or not. I don't have many shares, so I don't think my vote has much value or weight behind it. Not fully certain. And Bidco wants to take over Abano for $5.70 per share, and I'll show you the price that I bought it at, see and show my vote. This is essentially the email. So this is Abano Healthcare Group Limited. I hold 1.14 shares, which is about $6, and I held them a couple months ago, I think. And I have the right to vote, and they want to buy it for 5.7. So if I go into my holding, you'll see Abano Healthcare Group. I've invested $6 here, and it'll show the value of when I invested. So I invested in 23rd of December for 5.15, twice in a row, and then 5.18. So Bidco is trying to take them over for 5.7. So that is much higher than any of these prices here. I think it was last at 5.7 back in March 2019. So, where's March 2019? It's just up here, just before its big drop. So, I think around April is when they proposed the offer, and this is when it's kind of coming through the High Court. And I think I'm going to approve it because it is much higher than my principal put in. So I'll be gaining something like 10% per share, but I only have 1.14 shares, so I'm not actually gaining too much, but I am gaining something, and that's why I'm going to vote for 4, because I get well worth my monies, especially during this recession. I get that wee gain, that 10%, that I can put elsewhere into higher paying funds or bigger growth funds, and that is essentially what I'm doing. So this is my first vote for a share. It's quite cool, and it's kind of awesome. So I've participated in the vote, pass on the vote around April, we'll let you know. So sweet as, I've done my first share vote, and that's quite cool because I haven't had that happen before on Sharesies, and so it actually gives you kind of an intrinsic value to what you're doing. You get that kind of, you get power, you get empowered behind what you're doing. But yeah, this is Sharesies. It's super easy to use. You can top up with bank deposit, which has no fees. Top with cards, so that's instant but has a little fee. You can get gifts from people, and you can withdraw your money at pretty much any time into bank deposits. It's pretty quick. And you can see that I did that back when I first started. So if I show here, I originally put in like $50, I think, and here's when I took it out. So I went down to 34 just to test out if I could take out my money real easy, and it did. So that's when I started putting more and more money in. Then I started earning more and more money, so I put more in. That's kind of where I'm at now. You can also give to your friends or your family, refer people, and you get $5, and so do they. That's another promotion that I can do. If you want to sign up for Sharesies, if you haven't already, it'll be in the description. You get $5 and I get $5. It might even be 10 at the moment. They change their promotion so often, I don't quite know. So yeah, this is Sharesies. This is how I invest. This is how I think everyone should start investing. Nice and easy, low fees, and yeah, that's basically the end of the video. So Sharesies is currently working on bringing in the US stock market, I believe. They've been posting about, I don't know, surveys and stuff. So that should be super exciting in the coming months. It might be even a year or two away, but getting into that US stock market as a New Zealand investor would be super awesome. So that's the video for today. Year on Sharesies, going well, going strong. Happy investing.